Alright, listen, I know you know that feeling when after watching Rocky or after reducing the population in Counter-Strike, you feel on top of the world, you feel unstoppable, right? And if you go from that to watching an NBA game, then maybe you start having some Draymond thoughts about which players you could realistically beat up in a fight. I'm not really a violent person, but if someone attacks me first, it's over. I'm just seeing red. I'll be headlocking, sucker punching, groin kicking, biting, spitting, basically whatever it takes to win the fight. That's why I could not be an NBA player, because if you give me a technical foul for hanging on the rim or for laughing on the bench, I'll make sure to give you a reason for an actual technical foul. I'm throwing hands faster than Luffy with the Gatoringo, but I'm not a moron. I know there are some players in the NBA I would not like to find in dark street at night, mostly because I wouldn't be able to see them, but also because they look like they could break my spine in a second. So I'm gonna do again a Draymond and choose the people I fight very carefully. Starting with number 1, MUGGSY BOGUES. I mean, does it need any explanation? He's the shortest guy in league history, and since I am 6'3", I could step on that guy like Mario and a Goomba. And don't come to me saying like, oh, he's strong, he's scrappy, he's whatever. Dude, unless he catches me off guard and punches me right in the basketballs, all I have to do is kick him. Scratch that, I lift up my knee and it goes directly to his chin. It's over. No way he's stopping me in a fight. Number 2, LUKA DONCIC. I was not just going to talk about small players. LUKA might be 6'7" or whatever his real height is, right? But I mean, just look at him. That has to be the least intimidating 6'7" dude I have ever seen. He just plays Overwatch, for goodness sake. I'm positive I can run faster than him. I may not even have to. I could just hide behind a referee, and while he's too distracted complaining to him, I just have to sucker punch him. Oh, but Aaron, he's a professional athlete. He's probably quite strong. You really think so? You really think this man is a threat? Really? What is wrong with you? Number 3, Nate Robinson. This is the most painful selection so far, mate. If you had asked me 5 years ago, or some years ago, if I could beat the man who blocked Yao Ming, who dunked on Shaq, and is basically built like a 5'8" tank, I would tell you to quit smoking whatever backyard grass you have been using. But after seeing this, and even this, nah mate, if a guy who was on Disney beat you, then that's it. I can no longer take you seriously. For Stephen Curry, the plan would be simple. I mean, if this was basketball, he would have like 10 dudes making illegal screens. But since this is a 1v1, no holds barred match, I'm confident I can just beat him regularly before Draymond arrives to book me in a chokehold from behind. But the reality of the situation is I can't fight Curry. He just, not directly, because he seems like the kind of guy who would just pray for me if I punch him. So all I'm gonna do is just poison his mouth guard. And that's how we move to number 5, Spot Webb. Spot Webb is a former NBA player, dunk contest champion, a man who could basically fly because he was a hawk, but he's also the person who fly the farthest once a falcon punch him like a sandbag in Smash. I mean, literally, look at him. That dude is like one punt away from becoming a rocket, and I am not talking about a trade. No strategy needed. He genuinely looks like a middle school kid. No, even middle school kids are stomping on this dude like the Titans of the Rumbling. Honestly, when I was writing this script, I was thinking of having Jokic's number, what is this, 5, 6? Whatever. I was thinking of having Jokic on this spot, right? However, the 2 mafia bosses surrounding him made me realize that I don't want my family to find my body floating in a river. So, we're gonna go with Jokic Jr., who basically looks just as beatable as Jokic, but without the danger of being kidnapped and sold by parts like a used car. This dude looks like he's like one bad game away from doing TikTok or something like that. Very, very definitely the least scary member of the Nuggets. I mean, this dude is like as intimidating as Jeff from Clarence. I say it, Thomas. Mr. Hipless, Toothless, I don't care that this guy was given 30 to the best place in the world. Again, if we're in a fight, he's gonna end up more broken than the Kardashian family. Again, all the respect and love to IT, but come on, man. The only reason the Celtics signed him is because he was the only one who could cosplay as their mascot, and then they realized he could also play. Or at least he could play offense, because if he fights the same way he plays defense, I'm gonna end up in jail after a fight for child abuse. And that leaves us to the last person in this list, Kyle Anderson. Listen, I'm usually against making fun of people's physical attributes, but why does this guy look like a supersized small person? He's like a 6'9" professional athlete, but the way he plays, you would think it's like his first week touching a basketball. The dude moves like a snail on soul sand, and if he throws punches the same way he shoots a basketball, then I should have no problem winning that fight. And if we add the fact that he got punched by the Eiffel Tower, a guy who went on to be on the receiving end of the windpipe obstruction, then that's all I need to say. Why isn't Gobert on this list? Because everybody already clowns him. That's beating a dead horse. I was rooting for Minnesota, but Mr. Full-Time Defensive Player of the Year decided to switch from the Stifle Tower to the Twin Towers with Mr. Back Kitty. Alright, this is the actual ending of the video. In the comments, let me know which NBA player you think you can beat in a fight and why. I'll be reading, so please don't disappoint. Anyways, as always, like and subscribe if you feel like it. Be good to your family, drink some water, and touch some grass every now and then. That's it. God bless you.